Welcome, one and all, to another premium spirits review here on the K.O.E. Nation. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E., joined by my indomitable broadcast partner,
the Blend Master, Tony G. Like, share, subscribe.
We are here to try a very interesting Irish whiskey.
Yes.
Tullamore Dew, aged 12 years. So, Tony, what can you tell us about this particular whiskey?
This is one that surprised me during a trip, and honestly, I didn't even know it existed. It's not one that I looked up, but it caught my eye, and I just couldn't let it go.
Aged 12 years, triple distilled, as is standard with any Irish whiskey. Daniel E. Williams rose to the position of Tullamore Distillery Manager at just 25 years old, and through his passion for innovation and whiskey making, he would leave an enduring legacy on the town, Tullamore Dew and Irish whiskey. Tullamore Dew 12-year-old Special Reserve is triple distilled blend of all three types of Irish whiskey: pot still, malt, and golden grain. Maturation for 12 long years in old bourbon and Oloroso sherry casks and aromatic warehouses delivers a whiskey which is full of complex flavors and rich, smooth character. Creamy and full-bodied, the taste is spicy with a powerful, and I'm not going to get into any of that.
Yep, don't even look. It comes in a very nice, it's a unique...
Healthy pour, thank you.
It's a nice sliding box, kind of opposed to the tube or the hardwood box. I kind of like that.
It's kind of a cherry smell.
Oh, I like the
Chocolatey
smell.
cherries.
Yeah, kind of like, like the, not just like a chocolate cherry, but do you remember the candied cherries with the cream and then the chocolate?
Yes.
Like that sugar cream.
Boy, that just is...
specific.
Boy,
yeah.
that's a offensive smell.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I like
Now, this is
nose.
not the standard nosing glass, so...
It's not, so it'd probably be even, more impressive. I really like the nose on this.
But yeah,
A
I'm
lot.
really not getting much else other than that chocolate candy you described. Like, I'm not even really getting grain notes.
Yeah, there's no... Yeah, no real grain notes.
I think it's time to just give this a little...
Fine with me. The palate tastes like the nose.
It matches with a little bit of spice and burn on the back.
Oh, it's got your Irish burn at the end, which I love. I like having that familiarity.
It's not minty.
But
it's just a little cinnamony spice.
I don't even know if I'd call it cinnamon spice, but it's
adjacent to it.
Adjacent, sure, but the nose complements the palate perfectly. Like, you taste what you smell, and I love
more
that.
Chocolate, less cherry on the palate. More cherry, less chocolate on the nose. That's how I would describe it.
I think there's definitely more cherry on the tongue.
I'm getting a lot more chocolates, but that's just me.
I think there's more chocolate on the nose.
Now that you're insisting on it, now that I'm going back, the last smell I just had was just all chocolate.
Yeah. And not necessarily like a baker's chocolate, but more like a chocolate, a bag of chocolate.
I was about to say,
chips.
not like it's not like Hershey's chocolate, but it's like some sort of artisanal chocolate.
Like a semi-sweet. But yeah, like that sweetness is also complemented. But like I said, that cherry cream chocolate mixture.
It does come off as that specific
I
brand
know.
of chocolate that's on it, which is so weird.
I have not had one of those in years, but that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, I was about to say 10 years for me at least. Since
This is really nice. Tullamore Dew is famous for being the staple of Irish coffee, the cocktail, the perfect cocktail of Irish coffee, and that's just the regular Tullamore Dew, not the 12-year, but I could definitely see this being a
excellent Irish coffee
my God.
maker. Now, let me ask you, what did this bottle cost you?
This was only $50, but...
Did you get that on sale, or was that just standard
This was standard
MSRP?
retail price in a store that's usually probably about $5 to $10 high. So we could be looking at 40, we could be looking at 60. I probably got it about the right acceptable price.
This is a very fine dram of whiskey, I must say.
It doesn't.
It's the only thing that's sherry forward.
The only thing that really
I like.
Drives home the Irish point is the standard Irish burn at the end. Other than that, I think the chocolatey cherry and sweetness.
It's not like a scotch.
It's not like a scotch.
It's got the finishings of some very good scotches, but
scotch adjacent.
I wouldn't even go there.
It doesn't
honestly,
remind me superbly of an Irish, but
this reminds me of some craft American whiskeys.
Okay, I could see that.
Like that, because also it even says they're mixing Irish whiskey from pot still, malt, and golden grain. So there's corn, there's malted barley, there's all kinds of blends here to really make a great rounded product. And that's why it does remind me of an American craft whiskey. Because not the industrial, like there's kind of two different scales. It's the industrial corporate whiskeys, and then there's the craft whiskeys. And this really, for an industrial scale, reminds me more of a craft whiskey.
Okay. No, yeah, I can definitely see why you'd say that. You're right. Like it's not Scotch flavored, but it's just the Irish burn that makes me know that this is an Irish, and that's it, because this has a definite sweetness that's not Irish familiar, but it's very inviting. Like this, I'm having trouble putting it down and keeping it down, and not just sipping and sipping and sipping, because the sweetness and the fruit and the chocolate are very approachable.
Oh, yeah. This one would be unoffensive to just about any kind of cocktail.
Yeah, you could potentially introduce somebody to Irish whiskey with this, and they would wholeheartedly be like, "Oh, okay, let's definitely do more of that." How are we grading this one?
As an Irish whiskey, 5-star scale.
All right.
As a whiskey, cask-aged spirit, shelving, and then the secret question, folks. Everybody loves a secret. So, as an Irish whiskey,
honestly, I'm torn between grading this really high and somewhat low, because, like I said, it's just the burn that makes me know that this is an Irish whiskey, but it's the uniqueness of it and the flavor profile that makes me want to grade it high, so I'm going to go 3.75.
I'm going to go 3.5 as an Irish, and I'm going to tell you why here. This has amazingly good aging. This is amazingly good casking, great distilling, but because you're using American bourbon and Spanish sherry butts, you can say this isn't traditional Irish whiskey if you're one of those purists. But because of that,
that's why it's not 4.
Is the reason I'm giving it as a whiskey 4 stars. As a whiskey, it shines far more than if you're just trying to show someone a plain, proof of type Irish whiskey. This shines as a whiskey, okay? Just against any world of whiskey, this one...
I'm trying to find a reason not to give it 4 stars in a whiskey sale, and I think you just sold me. I'm going to go 4 stars, because this it just knows meeting the palate. It's a 12-year aged statement. It's approachable, it's smooth, it's sweet. Nothing offensive here. Like, this is just, like, you could do so much with this. This would be, I wouldn't cook with it, I would bake with it. Like in a dessert.
I could see that, yes.
Like, my mom makes rum balls usually for Christmas. This is something you could substitute in place of rum because of the sweet notes.
If I were to use a meat, I would use this for, like, venison, because that sweet chocolatiness will give it kind of a character that's not there. But that's just that's kind of a different point. So,
well, getting into the Cascade Spirit then.
Oh, boy. That's tough. I'm gonna give it 3.75. It's excellent. It's just I don't know. I'm just gonna stick with 3.75. I think it's right there. It's got all the potential in the world. You can do a lot with it. It's a 4-star whiskey. So
I said 3.75 for Irish. I give it 4 for whiskey. I'm gonna say 3.5 for a cask age, and that's usually the one where I'm hardest because, and we kind of preluded to it, but this wouldn't be like a super big cooking whiskey, but you could bake with it. You could obviously cocktail this because Tullamore Dew's infamous for its cocktailing abilities as a base for an Irish whiskey cocktail or an Irish coffee, and my God, would this make a superb Irish coffee. It's just, this goes so good. Neat. And I think this would be good on the rocks. I don't think there's a bad way to have this. This is so approachable, but I think overall there's not a ton of complexities because the nose and the palate match so perfectly, and then you get the Irish burn. It's a 12-year, but I'm going to go 3.5 on a cask age.
That's perfectly fair. Now, in terms of its shelving, top, middle, or bottom, folks?
Tullamore Dew I thought would always be on like my middle shelf, but no, this is an easy drinking, just flat out nice, approachable, delightful experience whiskey. To me, this is a top shelf Irish.
Yeah.
If I had it split up that way.
I'm just going to go ahead and say this is the favorite Irish whiskey I've had thus far.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, like it blows away quite a few other Irish whiskeys. Like,
even over Middleton?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, like, I say, but yeah, I was just drinking Middleton Very Rare right before he poured me this, and yeah, I like that better.
Really?
Considerably better.
Wow. That's okay.
Yeah, like,
Wow.
I don't know what to say, but yeah,
wow.
That's, yeah, it's my favorite Irish whiskey thus far.
Maybe it's a little more familiar to Scotch than you want to admit, then.
Well, the cask aging is right up my alley. My
All
favorite distillery is Tullamore. So
maybe I'm not being generous
bourbon
enough.
And sherry a lot. Maybe I'm not, but I gave it 4 stars as a whiskey.
Yeah.
So I think and it's a top shelf. So I think for now, I think that's fair. But we will come back to it again. And for the secret question, yeah, if I can find this for a reasonable price, I will definitely be picking up a bottle of this because this is better than most Irish whiskey I've tried.
Okay, that's perfectly acceptable then. Yeah, I'm loving this. I'll be honest, I've never owned a bottle of Tullamore Dew. I kind of streamlined right into the 12. I've had Tullamore Dew. I've had it in Irish coffee. I've had it neat. It's fine. It's good. I like it. But I've never owned a bottle of Tullamore Dew, and I kind of jumped the gun and went straight to the 12 here. I feel like I should probably pick up a bottle of the regular stuff next, but it's going to be really hard not to have a bottle of this on my shelf when this runs dry. And their other offerings are a bit more niche. Like, there's a
cider cask.
Yeah, it's a bit...
Which I got that for my dad for Father's Day last year. He still hasn't opened it yet. He's just kind of waiting for the right time. So, like, he's, Canadian whiskey drinker. But he also, like, once or twice a year will get in, like, a Irish coffee kick where he wants to make Irish coffees. And then that's when he'll, like, go through 2 bottles. So,
well, if it tastes this good and it's got a cider appeal... like a hot apple cider cocktail. Oh my God. Perfect for a wintry night.
Yeah, this shocked me. I think I was going to enjoy it, but I wasn't going to.
No, this is really, really good. I really like it, but yeah.
But you didn't think I was going to say
no, I
didn't
expect
Irish.
that.
But so, folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, this has been a very shocking review of Tullamore Dew 12-year Irish whiskey. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme Phil K.O.E., signing off and handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partner,
the Blend Master, Tony G. Thank you so much.
Later, y'all.